Guys, welcome back to another video of Tishar Mirage Track. And right now, guys, I hope you're having a very good Monday morning. Start to your work week, guys. If you live in parts of the deep south, you're waking with some wet conditions right now this morning on November 13th. And yes, in this video, guys, I'm going to be talking about what the weather's going to be like for the majority of the U.S. for the next coming days and weeks, because we got some big storm that's coming, some big temperature swings, and some big warms that's coming too. So if you like these videos I be doing on my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get into it. So what we got going on right now? Well, right now, it's going to be a wet one for parts of the deep south, including Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, even the Panhandle of Florida. It's going to be a wet one. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, it's going to be also a wet one too, but a stormy one for y'all. So we got two storms happening right now. We got this low pressure right here that's making its way towards the east northeast, bringing some moisture for parts of needing moisture for parts of Louisiana and Mississippi, because y'all are under a drought, a exceptional drought, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But also back towards the west, not pretty present right now, not sunny right now. You got some storm that's moving your way, not significant, not no big storms, but storms, some strong winds and some showers moving through for parts of the Pacific Northwest. So when we look at the drought monitor, guys, yes, typically we are in an exceptional drought for parts of Mississippi now. If you live in this part of Mississippi, you're probably not going to see much rain out of this system, because the system is going to stay south of y'all, and most of the heaviest rain is going to stay southeast of y'all. So y'all not going to see much rain, but you will see rain. That's all I'm going to say. You will see at least a drop of rain. Not enough rain to knock off this drought, because we are under a exceptional drought. So look at this. A extreme drought stands all the way from majority of Mississippi all the way towards Tennessee. So y'all really need some rain. So now let's look at our overall rainfall outlook. How much rain the system could bring? Well, if you live in parts of the deep south, parts of Panhandle, Florida, parts of South Louisiana, y'all the ones going to see the most heavy rain. So now until Thursday, now until Thursday, you're going to see a lot of rain. Look at this. Parts of Louisiana, guys, you can see anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain. Parts of Panhandle, Florida, you can see anywhere from 4 to 5 inches of rain. So it's going to be a wet one for y'all this week. So parts of Mississippi where y'all need the rain, y'all ain't going to see barely nothing. Well less than an inch of rain. So I feel bad for y'all. Y'all need this rain. But at least Louisiana, you get the rain, because y'all the one that's under the drought. Especially South Louisiana. Look at this. That's very helpful. 4 to 6 inches of rain is really going to help out this drought. So now, let's don't get too caught up in this, and let's get into the long range forecast. So what the weather's going to look like for the U.S. for the next couple of days and weeks? Well, it's going to be, if you live in the Midwest, the central U.S., it's going to be a quiet one for y'all for the next couple of days. Especially throughout this week, it's going to be a quiet one for y'all. No storm system coming, but it's not really until we get in towards next week and into next week as we have to watch, because potential for severe storms is possible if you live in the deep south, and also some snowstorms for parts of the north side of the system, parts of South Dakota, North Dakota. So let's get right into it. So right now, as we get out towards later today, that system, if you see in the deep south, does start making its way through, bringing heavy rain for parts of Panhandle, Florida, and Louisiana. But look at this. This system does start making its way through the Panhandle, Florida, and also the east coast of Florida. It's going to be a wet and windy one for y'all this week. But if you live in the central U.S., not really much going on weather-wise. But also, we do get this next system that starts to form up later this week, which is our next cold front that comes through. And along with this, guys, this will cool things down, but not the system I'm talking about that we have to watch. It's this next one behind it we have to watch. But also look at this. By the time we get in towards the 17th, which is ending this week, look at this. The storm system does start making its way through the mid-Atlantic, bringing some showers and some thunderstorms to parts of y'all. And it does got a snowy side. If you live in parts of Canada, northeast Canada, you will see some snow out of this system. But it's not really until we get into next week, into this week, coming weekend, into next week, when we have to watch, guys. Look at this. By the time we get into towards next week, this is a very strong system that starts to form up. Look at this. getting very, very close. Look at this, 989 millibars. Very, very strong system. Now, you're not going to see a whole lot of snow out of this system. The majority of the snow is going to be towards Canada. But look at this. If you live in parts of deep south, you can see some severe storms out of this system. It's possible. Also, guys, in the same time, we got a big storm that's happening towards the Pacific Northwest. You're seeing some big storms right now. Big snowstorms for parts of Montana and even Washington. You're going to see some big storms, some big snowstorms, heavy rain, snow, ice, winter mix. All kinds of storms happening right now. But take this with a grain of salt. This is a little bit too far out, but just to let you know, we got to watch as we get out towards mid-November. Look at this. By the time we get in towards mid next week, this system does start making its way towards the eastern U.S., bringing some rain and some wind for y'all. But also behind that, we got some snow that's coming for y'all for parts of the Midwest, including the Dakotas, Nebraska, Kansas. Got a snowy cyclone behind this. So, yes. So now let's get right into towards our temperatures, because what temperature is going to look like for the next coming days. Well, if you live in the Midwest, it's going to be a warm one for y'all. If you live in the South, also going to be a warm one for y'all. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, not too much. So let's get right into it. So right now, as we get towards the day, guys, it's going to be a pretty still chilly one today. Not really much happening, but by the time we get later out today, look at this. Temperatures warms up. Look at this. This whole section of the eastern U.S., guys, temperatures going to be pretty warm. Temperatures anywhere from the upper 60s to low 70s. So it's going to be a warm one. Pacific Northwest, still chilly. So waking up on tomorrow morning on November 14th, you can see, yes, we still going to be chilly. Guys, we still going to have these chilly mornings, but just don't worry about it because the daytime highs are going to be pretty warm. So you still gonna get the days are gonna still be warm, even though the mornings are gonna still be chilly. So by the time we get out towards later day, the highs on tomorrow, the highs on Tuesday, gonna be in the upper 60s and 70s, especially for parts of the Midwest. Warm temperatures for y'all. The Southeast also warm temperatures for y'all. By the time we get in towards mid this week into Wednesday, look at this. Temperatures going to still be chilly in the mornings. We're going to still be having these 40s and 50s in the mornings, but these daytime highs are going to be good. Look at this. If you live in parts of the Midwest, temperatures are going to be in the upper 60s and 70s, so it's going to be a warm one for y'all. Not too much of a warm one for y'all for parts of the Southeast, including Georgia and South Carolina. Probably going to be more like a cool one for y'all, more like mild for y'all, not present temperatures. But look at this. By the time we get in towards Thursday, temperatures going to still be cool in the mornings, but the daytime highs, look at this. Temperatures are going to be in the 70s for majority, especially in the parts of the West, the Midwest, getting very close to the Rockies. Temperatures are going to be, look at this sharp temperature grade. Like the difference between up here, this is because of the higher elevations, because the higher you go up, the cooler it is. But look at this, parts of eastern Colorado, you got temperatures in the low 70s to mid 70s. The whole southeast region, temperatures are going to be in the 70s, so pretty warm for y'all. So by the time we get out towards, when we get to Friday, look at this, chilly mornings, but also look at this, our cold front starts to dip down, so say goodbye to this warm and hello to this cold weather. It's coming right back. You gotta understand, guys, it's not summer anymore. Yes, and during the fall and winter times, we do get this warm for a couple of days, then right back cold again. It's happened before. It's always been happening. So by the time we get towards the end of this week, yes, the highs on Friday does warm back up again. The Midwest, you do start to get a slack of this warmth, but if you live in the deep South, you're going to still be warm until next weekend. Look at this. By the time we get in towards Saturday, that cold front does start making its way through and cooling things down, making it all the way down towards the southeast. Waking up on Saturday morning with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. But look at this. Deep South will still be pretty warm. But as we get further out towards next week, when we get towards next week, next Sunday, look at this. This cold front start making its all the way down towards the southeast. And Still gonna be a warm one for y'all if you live in parts of the deep south. Not as much warm, but still it's gonna be in the 60s. But look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Now, guys, I'm not here to hype stuff up, but this looks pretty concerning. I mean, I'm not gonna hype stuff up, especially when we're this far out. I'm definitely not gonna hype stuff up, but this looks what you look for severe storms. When you see this sharp temperature gradient right here, you can even see the low pressure spinning up right here in the temperatures. Like, look at this. You can see the low pressure spinning up here, and look at the sharp temperature gradient. And you can look at this. This system start making its way through. You're gonna have a lot of south winds coming from the Gulf. That's what you call it, the Gulf Stream. It start making its way through. This system, this storm is gonna bring some very, very warm temperatures out of the Gulf of Mexico. And when that happens, and when you got a lot of cold air behind it, this is what you look for severe storms. So we definitely gotta watch as we get in towards next Tuesday. So by the time we get out towards later today, that storm system start making stupid. Look at this. A huge cold front starts to dip down from the northwest. Temperatures getting very close down to the teens. Like, look at this. Yeah, it's a very strong cold front. Very Arctic blast. Very strong Arctic blast start making its way through. So now, let's look at the temperature anomalies. How above average temperatures are going to be? Well, let's get right into it. So, temperature anomalies today are going to be pretty above average. Not much of above average, but still above average. We still going to have these below average temperatures for parts of the mid-Atlantic, because still going to be a chilly one for y'all in the northeast. And, okay, good job. Yeah, I'm doing a very good job. I'm so glad this video is not long. So, the northern U.S. temperatures anomalies going to be above average, not as much above average, but above average. Not as much above average, but above average. Temperature anomalies anywhere from 9 to 13 degrees above average. So, by the time we get in towards tomorrow, waking up tomorrow morning, which is my birthday. Happy birthday to me tomorrow on November 14th. Look at this. Parts of the Midwest, including the South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota, temperature anomalies is going to be anywhere from 21 to 23 degrees above average. This is where the warm starts happening as we get in towards the 15th of November, which is mid this week. Mid-November, mid this week. Look at this. By the time we get in towards the 15th of November, look at this. Temperature anomalies gets very, very ballistic for parts of the Midwest. Look at this. Majority of the U.S. is the southeast. Gonna see some above average temperatures. Look at the southeast skies. Temperatures gonna be below average because we're gonna have this cool northeast wind that's gonna be in place. It's keeping things pretty cool right now, but it won't stick for long, guys. By the time we get in towards later this week, this warm will start making its way towards the southeast. And along with that, look at this. By the time we get in towards next week, guys, where we have to watch the potential for severe storms, look at this. This system does start making its way towards the east, and temperature anomalies can be anywhere from 19 to 21 degrees above average, but that will change as we get towards the backside of the system. We got some cool temperatures behind the system, so yes, crazy weather patterns ahead, but look at this. This next Arctic blast, potential Arctic blast that we have to watch as we get in towards too far out. You might as well say too far out. By the time we get in towards November 22nd, yes, we got a huge Arctic blast coming through, and these anomalies are very ballistic. Temperature anomalies anywhere from 21 to 25 degrees below average. So yes. So after that system, we do have an Arctic blast coming. So let's look at our 5 megabar height anomaly. Why is this warm going to be in place this week? Well, blame this ridge of high pressure that's going to be sitting in place for the majority of the central U.S. That's going to be keeping things pretty warm, but it won't stay and it won't stick for long. So by the time we get in towards tomorrow, wake up tomorrow morning, guys, that ridge of high pressure starts to build up, and that's a very strong high pressure right here that's sitting for parts of the central U.S. and the Ohio Valley. And look at this. We got a storm system back towards the west that's coming through, guys. Majority of the U.S. is going to be pretty quiet, except for the south, because we're going to have this ridge in place. It's going to be keeping things pretty warm, pretty mild, pretty quiet, but that won't last for long. By the time we get in towards Wednesday, November 15th, that high pressure is still going to be in place, not really moving that much. It starts to strike up a little bit more, but look at this. By the time we get in towards the end of this week, look at this. The high pressure finally start moving out the way, and here comes this trough that starts dipping down for parts of the southeast. And look at this. By the time we get in towards mid next week, here comes our big boy right here that starts to form up for parts of the south central, including Texas. This is where you have to watch a threat for severe storms, guys, because look at this. Very strong trough starts moving through. But also this, after this, how about a Arctic blast? A very strong trough after that. So crazy water patterns that's coming in the next couple days. So now let's look at our overall 5 millibar upper level jet stream, upper level winds. This is 18,000 feet above our heads. These are winds 18,000 feet above our heads. This is where the upper level jet stream is, and this is what we look for tracking troughs, tracking severe storms. These are wind energy. So not really much goes on for parts of the central U.S. The regional high pressure is going to still be in place, but look at this. By the time we get into Friday, yes, we do have a trough that starts dipping down towards the mid-Atlantic that start moving through, but look at this. Here comes our big boy right here. Right here that starts forming Texas, guys. Look at the wind energy with this system. Like, boy, look at that negative look at the strong negative tip with this system. That's a very strong negative tip. Very strong upper level winds. Winds anywhere from 125 to 135 knots. So very, very strong system. And not only that, how about this next system behind? This Arctic blast start dipping down. Look at this. A next system after that we have to watch too. So we got multiple storms coming by the time we get towards Thanksgiving week. So it's going to be a busy Thanksgiving week for a lot of people. A next trough after that one that comes through. So now, how about a low level jet winds? 5,000 feet above our heads. The 850 millibar winds. And yes, the 5,000 feet winds are going to be pretty strong too. Look at this. By the time we get into the 17th, guys, which we have to track a cold front that comes through for the mid-Atlantic, look at this. Very strong winds, but I'm not worrying about that too much. I'm worrying about this one right here. Look at this. Very, very strong winds. Look at this. My God, my gosh. These are very strong winds, guys. This is why we have to watch the threat for severe storms. We got very strong winds, especially up towards the mid-Atlantic. You got very strong winds, anywhere from 70 to 74 knots. Parts of the deep south got some very strong winds, anywhere from 42 to 46 knots. So it's a very strong system moving through. So crazy weather ahead. So now let's get right towards the climate prediction center. What the weather is going to look like for the next coming days. Temperature outlook in the next 6 to 10 days. Well, now until Thanksgiving, not now Thanksgiving, but November 2018 to November 27, around Thanksgiving week, you might as well say the Thanksgiving week. The eastern U.S. going to see some above average temperatures, while in the west going to see near to above average temperatures. So, slightly below average temperatures for parts of the desert southwest, slightly below average temperatures. But look at this. When it gets towards the precipitation outlook, yes, if you live in parts of Texas, western Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, might as well say majority of the U.S., you're going to see some above average precipitation. While kind of western California, you're going to see some near normal precipitation, near average precipitation. And how about 8 to 14 day outlook? This is Thanksgiving week. If you live in the eastern U.S., temperatures are going to still be above average, near normal temperatures for parts of the central U.S. And also, we do get those below average temperatures for parts of the northwest. And that's because of this Arctic blast I just showed you a couple moments ago. I'm going to go back. Yes, this right here. This is why we're going to have below average temperature for parts of the northwest, because this Arctic blast starts to dip down. So, now, how about precipitation? Well, majority U.S. gonna see some above average precipitation. So, yeah. But that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.